Just a reminder before today's programme, if you haven't seen our review of the previous numbered instalment, it's available to view, where we looked at Now 106. And now, here on AMTV, time for the most recent instalment of the Now review, and the most recent numbered release, Now 107. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another instalment of the Now Review. And it's that time of the year again. We have the latest release in the mainline Now series, that being the numbered series, with Now That's What I Call Music 107. This is the third and final release of the numbered series for 2020, coming out on the 27th of November. And just looking at this cover, it doesn't, well, you could argue it looks a bit Christmassy. You've got lots of different colours, reds, yellows, greens, blues, purples. All the colours of Christmas, you could argue. But I'm trying to decipher what it is. You know, is it balloons? Is it ribbons? Is it blobs? I don't know. I think it's a bit hard to distinguish myself. But I do like it. The Now logo shining nice and brightly in white, letting you know clearly what it is. It's a nice and colourful cover. And I think we all need a bit of colour in our Christmases this year. I must say, the number 107, ever since they crossed 100, I've never liked the font of the number. I don't know why they changed it from what they had sort of pre-100, but, you know, we'll let it slide. This, of course, is 2 CDs, and looking on the back, we have the all-important track list. Now, thankfully, unlike some of the spin-offs, this isn't in that horrible paragraph format. This is just in 2 simple columns, and we will go down and see what is on here. Okay, CD 1, you have Ariana Grande, you got Little Mix, Sam Smith, Dua Lipa, Jason Derulo, Clean Bandit, and Mabel, and someone else I don't recognise. Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande with Rain On Me. I think a lot of people expected that to be on Now 106, but sometimes Now does this weird thing of basically delaying songs for a later release. You've got KSI feat Craig David and Digital Farm Animals with Really Love. I believe that got to number 1. I think the first time a British YouTuber has hit number 1 in the charts, so good on him. KSI is also on the very next track with Lighter, which I think was also top 5. Sigala and James Arthur with Lasting Lover. You got Paul Woodford and Diplo and Karine Lomax. AJ Tracy and Mabel. Rudimental feat Anne-Marie and Tion Wayne. Calvin Harris and The Weeknd, Over Now, that's a good song. Kygo and Tina Turner with their brilliant reversion of What's Love Got to Do With It, in my opinion. Keith Urban and Pink. You've got Becky Hill and Sigala. Mendoza and Dermot Kennedy. Closing off, you've got 220 Kid and JC Stewart with Too Many Nights. Kylie Minogue with Magic, which is a wonderful song of her new album, Disco. If you haven't heard it, please go and listen to Disco. It's a wonderful, wonderful album. And Paul Harvey and the BBC Philharmonic with 4 Notes, Paul's Theme, which is, yeah, interesting. Okay, so 21 tracks on disc 1. Okay, CD 2, you've got DaBaby and Roddy Ricch with Rockstar. That's been everywhere at the minute. You've got Internet Money and Gunna feat Don Toliver and Nav. Look at all these features. 24 Karat Golden. I sound like such a boomer here, don't I? I don't know who half of these people are. Tate McRae, Billie Eilish, Conran Gray, Shawn Mendes, Dermot Kennedy, Ashniko, I think. Sorry if I'm getting any of these wrong. Little Mix, Gary Barlow. No, that is Maroon 5. Maroon 5 just need to stop. I'm amazed they're still having hits. They just pack it in, fellas. Marshmello and Demi Lovato. Yeah, sure. Dua Lipa again with Hallucinate. Great song. She's had a really good year this year, Dua Lipa, hasn't she? Although I can't blame her. Future Nostalgia is an incredible album. You've got Jax Jones. You've got Ray, Topic, Machine Gun Kelly. Interesting that he's on here. Wes Nelson. Zimmer feat KSI. KSI's third appearance here. Pop Smoke. And Cardi B feat Megan Thee Stallion with WAP. Again, very surprised that is on here, given its lyrical content. Yes, it's going to be the censored version, of course it is. But I think to play the censored version really takes away from what the song's trying to get at. So they probably had to include it just because of how big WAP's been. But it just feels very out of place over here. So that's 22 tracks on CD2, making up a 43-track album. I'm sorry I didn't go too in-depth into many of the songs. I don't really keep up with the chart music unless I hear it on the radio. I'm not actively following it like I used to about 10 years ago. So apologies for my sort of lack of knowledge. I am looking forward to sort of listening through to all of this and discovering these chart songs I'm not familiar with. But yeah, a lot of them just go right over my head. But we've got to look inside, so let's crack this open and see what is on the inside. Okay, so that's when you're opening up. Disc 1's looking really nice. Red as a predominant background colour with some of these spinny things in purple, which is a really good colour combination, red and purple. And then you notice on the left you've got basically the front cover without the Now logo, which is something that they do quite often. And this looks really nice. They do sort of look like balloony blob, shiny blob sort of thing. So yeah, that's really cool. And then just to reference, there is disc 2, which is a nice, again, orange and blue colour combinations. They're doing some really nice, but rather unexpected colour combinations here. Some of the best colour combinations we've seen on the discs in a while. And of course, follow them on all their social medias. And actually, I would recommend it because that's how you get the updates on what's going on in the Now world. And as this is one of the main numbered ones, obviously we have a booklet, a more substantial booklet, I would say, than the spin-offs. In the spin-offs, usually the booklets are just sort of production information, things like that. Here, though, you tend to get actual detailed information, and that still holds true. You get information about each artist on here. I won't go too in-depth into it. I'll save that for when you want to get the album yourself, but it is still nice that in a world of mainly digital era stuff, they are still putting effort into producing booklets like this for, granted, yes, less releases than they used to, but it is nice. You get to learn about the chart information and the position of songs. There's that cool artwork again at the back. But yeah, really thankful they still included this booklet. And that's the summation of the album, so really I guess the next question to ask is this worth picking up? Well, as usual with these ones, since this is the current chart music of when it releases, if you've been really enjoying the chart music you've heard in 2020 on the radio and stuff like that, then this is an absolute must purchase, because from what I can gather, they've collated over 40 of the biggest tracks, supposedly of the last 3 months, but they've also included ones from earlier from that, such as the Rain on Me track, for example. So yeah, if you're enjoying what you're hearing on the radio, definitely pick this up. If you think 2020 has been the worst year of music ever, then probably best to stay away. And a lot of people ask, does Now really have a future on CD, especially since streaming services, are really popular? Well, Now CDs, especially these numbered ones, still account for some of the biggest CD sales of the year. It's been going for over 35 years, so it's sort of a staple in British culture. I think they'll hang on for now. I have noticed there's been less releases spin-off-wise. They've now tended to save a lot of their spin-off releases for November, December, which again makes sense. It's when people are often spending more and everything with the pandemic this year. So I can envision a future in 2021 and beyond where maybe we'll get even less spin-off releases, but the main line, I'd like to think, would definitely continue. You can get it from all the usual places. At the time I'm recording this, we are still in a national lockdown, which means you are limited to the supermarkets, although you can get it in Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, all that sort of stuff. When we come out of lockdown, if shops are open in your area, you can also get it from places like HMV or any independent retailer that still stocks new CDs. Amazon is always a shout, but, no one likes to give Jeff Bezos their money, and it can range anywhere from £10 to £13 in price. But that's all for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Now content. And let me know in the comments, are you going to be picking up Now 107, or have you given up with the numbered range? Are you stepping down? Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time. A massive thank you to our producer and director patrons for your support towards us here at AMTV. You just help keep us going, and that's massively appreciated. And that does bring us to the end of another evening here on AMTV. We hope you enjoyed the programme, and we hope to see you next time. Good night.